I was only on one session with Robert, the first record that we did for chess. I wasn't on nothing else.
I have you.
I don't even know nothing about nothing else.
Oh yeah, I have you. Let's see. I thought you were on. I'm looking at my notes.
I was on the first record with Robert, Sweet Black Angel and all that stuff.
Okay, you were on Anna Lee.
Crying Won't Help You and Anna Lee, yeah.
Return Mail Blues. All right. Well, let me ask you a few questions and whatever.
Catfish Blues.
Catfish Blues. I got. Were you on the sides with Ethel May as well?
Who?
Ethel May.
Ethel May.
She sang on a couple of Robert's chess recordings.
Man, you done went back so far. I forgot about Ethel May.
It was. You can't remember? It was only 50 years ago.
Yeah, well, hey, can you remember that far back?
That would be 20 years before I was born.
Okay. I sure had forgot about Ethel May.
Well, let me ask you a few questions, and whatever you can remember would be fine.
Okay.
I'm going to tape this just because I can't type that fast. So, were you at the chess studios when Robert first auditioned for chess?
Yeah, I think I was. I had to be because I was on the first record with Robert off of Chess Records.
Uh-huh. I had heard that Muddy Waters was the one who got him on the
He was. Muddy Water was. Also, Muddy Water told me I should stay in Chicago and don't leave. Don't go no place. Just stay there because none of them wanted to record me. I acted fool, followed Robert anyway.
Did you record anything for chess during that time?
No, I only recorded with Robert.
Did Muddy Waters want you in his band?
No, I was really kind of too young, I guess. Muddy Water used to invite me to come and fit in with him and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I never played with him. They always thought I was a good little piano player for my age.
Did Robert play with Muddy? Did he ever sit in with him?
Robert didn't play with nobody but Robert. Robert was, that's one thing I can say about Robert, stood out for himself. He always was Robert Nighthawk by himself. I played with him. When I didn't play with him Pound Top, he played with him. Then he'd get rid of Pound Top and I'd come back and get me, and then I'd play with him. Those are the only two piano players I didn't even remember Robert even having was me and Pound Top.
What can you tell me about the session that you were on with Robert at chess? What do you recall about that session?
Man, that's been so long ago. All I remember is we did the album, and that's all I can remember. We did, I don't know how many songs. We did, I know we played, because BB changed it from Sweet Black Angel to Sweet Little Angel. Mm. And we did Anna May, Anna Lee, whatever it was. Crying Won't Help You. I don't even forgot how many tunes that we did.
Huh.
I really have. I think Jim O'Neill has got the.
I've got
at the album.
On my notes, I have you playing on.
Because back then, I don't even think they was putting out the album. He put out all that stuff on Robert on them 78, I believe, or 45 or something. I believe it was still 78. I don't know.
I'm looking at on my notes. I have you playing on 10 sides.
Well, that's probably how many we did.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you also, Geni's mother, Hazel.
Yeah, I know Hazel now, real good. What do you mean?
Did I was told that she sang during that session? Do you recall?
Yeah, no. I don't think Hazel was on that session. Not with us. I don't remember Hazel being on that session with us. I remember she used to play with us a little bit, but I don't remember her doing the recording with us. Robert she started playing little drums for us. Every once in a while when Shorty or Rig wasn't there. And I know she did sing sometime. She sang pretty good back then, for what we was doing.
Mm-hmm. Now the song.
But remember what she was on the session with us. I don't remember that.
I think Geni told me that she sang on something that was.
That session was before Hazel came about. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a long time ago.
Right. The songs that Robert did for chess, was he playing those songs a long time, like Anna Lee and Sweet Black Angel? Was he doing those a long time?
He was doing it when I met him here.
This was down in Helena?
Robert met me in Clarkston, Mississippi.
Okay.
we eventually went to Helen every once in a while. We had a radio station, we had a radio program in Clarksdale, advertising Mother's Best Flowers. So we was in Clarksdale, we had a 15 minutes, I think it was 11:15, we come on, go off at 11:30, something like that.
I know you played on, there was two radio stations. There was one in Clarksdale called WORX.
Yeah, and we used to play on, I used to play with Sonny Boy and them on, pick them on, whatever that station was in Helena.
KFFA?
Yeah. Yeah.
How did you first come across Robert?
I don't know. Shit, I just got out the spirit. I was still a kid, man. Some kind of way. Robert was living in Clarksdale at the Sunflower Hotel. And I guess by me and Ike being on, the only two youngsters around town that could play a little bit, my name got around to Robert, and next thing I knew, he's asking me to go play with him. I ain't doing about going to play with nobody. But
so you never played with anybody else before? How old were you?
About 16.
That was early 40s?
Somewhere in there. That was about 40. Ooh, 47, 48, somewhere in there.
Were you familiar with Robert's music when you met him?
No, I just told you I didn't know about. All I knew how to play was woogie woogie stuff. I was learning off the jukebox. Mm-hmm. I never tried to play no blues. Mm-hmm. Robert taught me, just sitting around with him and he's showing me. I learned all that from him.
When
I got to give him credit for that. I learned all that from him.
When you were up in Chicago making records, did you play around in the clubs up there with him?
Me and Earl Hooker used to play all over Chicago, man, from the south side to the west side to the north side. Me and Earl Hooker. Me and Robert never played no places on 35th, the little club up there off 35th and State. I think we played somewhere on the west side. I forgot some little club on the west side we played. Didn't do too good, but we used to do good up on 35th and State. We stayed there for a while. We used to draw the guy a big crowd.
Do you remember the name of any of the clubs?
Nah. I sure don't.
Now, were you guys staying in Chicago, or I know you were based in Cairo for a while, right?
Oh yeah, we was in Chicago playing, and this man's name was Al. What's his name? Mr. Allen. They called him Memphis. He owned a club in Mounds, Illinois, right out of Cairo. And he had heard about the crowd that we had been drawing while we was in Cairo. So he sent Chicago for us to come back down to come back to Cairo, and gave us a decent fare and stuff. And so we came back. That's how we hung around Cairo as long as we did.
Now this was what, like late 40s?
Yeah, this was around about 49, somewhere in there. Because I know after I left Robert, Mr. Memphis wanted me to stay and play for him because everybody thought I was a pretty good piano player, and I knew all the latest songs and stuff. So he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you some equipment, you get your own band. So that's when I went and got Earl Hooker and Kansas City Red to play with me. And after that, I didn't play with Robert no more. Didn't play with him no more.
Was Kansas City Red playing with Robert at that time?
We all used to play with Robert, yeah. Me, Kansas City Red, and Shorty.
Yeah, who is this Shorty now? I've heard of him.
That's all they ever knew was Shorty. I think
it's Shorty Iverson.
I never didn't know his name, Gene.
Well, Sam said it's Shorty Iverson.
No.
Really? I never didn't know nothing but Shorty.
Was this the guy who played drums, and did he dance too?
Yeah, Shorty could dance. Yeah, he's a little short dude, but he could dance pretty good and play the dance and play the drums.
Whatever happened to him?
I really don't know. I ain't seen or heard from Shorty except from when you talking about, man, back in the 40s.
What was Cairo like when you guys were playing there? I heard it was a pretty wide open town.
He was. Gambling. Booze all night. Little old place called, what you call it, the Wades, 13th Street, stayed on all night. The Palms Hotel, he stayed on my, but he wasn't like the Wades places. Wades, you know, they sold booze and they had like a club. Well, the hotel, the Palms did too, but during the week, the Wades had most all the business. That was Earl and Ed. They both had some joints in Cairo.
I had read something from Pinetop Perkins, who said the Wade brothers owned pretty much the whole town.
Yeah, they did. Uh-huh.
Were these black clubs mostly?
Yeah.
Did you play for white audiences up there?
No, not back then.
What other blues musicians were in Cairo during that time?
Nobody I knew of came through there but myself, Robert Nighthawk, and after I left Robert, and I went and got Earl and Red and brought them there. That's all I knew anything about, except for one more guy. He came down with Earl from Chicago. His name was Herman, I believe. He wasn't no real good guitar player, though, you know.
Mm. I think you told me you had some kind. Maybe it was you and Earl Hooker and you and Robert ran into some kind of trouble in Cairo.
Yeah, they tried to say that we had to rob some gas station, man. Me and Robert and Shorty, he got arrested that night. It was on a Saturday night. We played it for what it was like. It wasn't where this other little outskirts of Cairo, they call it. I forget what they call that little place. Anyway, where we was playing at, the gas station across the highway there had got robbed while we were playing. Mm. And the police had came in here and checked out everything, see we were still playing. And then Shorty and this old lady got to fighting, and somebody called the police because they was waiting on the door for us. Because I think Red was playing. Red was with us. Mm. So when Red was with us, Red would play the drums, and so Robert still kept Shorty and Shorty's old lady. So they waited the door for us. So after the fight, the police came to arrest them. So then we didn't make too much money that night because it rained. Didn't a whole lot of people come out. So Robert said, let's go to Blythe, Arkansas, and see if we can make enough money to come back and get Shorty them out of jail. So we said, okay. So we left early that Sunday morning, went and headed towards Blythe, so we could play that Sunday night. Mm-hmm. And when we got back that next Friday, police wanted to talk to us. We go down and see what they want. They're going to talk about, they think we had robbed the gas station. Hmm. And they kept us in jail, man, for 14 days.
It was you, Robert, and...
Me, Robert, and Red. Huh. Robert's brother, Sam, came down and tried to put a bail and everything for us. But, so they kept us in jail 14 days, talking about, I'm sure you how prejudiced it was. Talking about, just we keep y'all in jail, because we let y'all, them people will try to do something to y'all, although y'all ain't the one that did. Now, they know that we didn't do nothing. Mm-hmm. They know that we hadn't did nothing, because they had carried us to, I ain't thinking too good right now. What's the capital of Illinois? Springfield. Yeah. They had carried us to Springfield, so they was allowed to take us thing and every darn thing. That proved us innocent, but they still kept us in jail all that time. Then when they found the guys that did it, then they come in and turn us loose, talking about it was best that they kept us because, like, they had to turn us loose. The old main family for what they would probably do to us and all that. I
see. Okay. Did you have any other stories like that? Any other trouble that you and Robert ran into down south or anything?
No, that's the only thing. Except for this. I want to talk nasty.
What was that?
This white police, he jumped on Pine Top. I was just a kid, and all these black people stood around and watching do that shit, you know. He just beat the shit out of Pine Top about some black lady Pine Top been going with. You know, I never will forget that shit.
Where was this?
It was in Mohead, Mississippi. I'll never forget that.
And that was that in the 40s?
Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been a lot. I mean, it must have been a lot of that type of stuff going on back then.
All the black people just down and let that summers do that. I guess that's why my mother let me go in the army as early as I did, so I didn't get into none of that.
But when those
I wasn't gonna let no motherfucker put their hand on me.
when those kind of things happen,
I still mean it today, huh?
When those kind of things happened, the crowd kind of had to just stand back, right?
Yeah, just look, just stand there and just look. Talking about Mr. So and So, hey, ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. Huh. But it wasn't like that in Chicago, though, was it? Or
Well, it was, you know, Chicago was still pretty, but black people didn't take no shit like that up there.
And mostly in Chicago, black people had their own communities.
Yeah.
You didn't have to interact mostly with whites.
right.
Ernest,
Uh-huh.
do you remember when you came to Chicago, where did you stay?
The last time?
Uh-huh.
We stayed at the Holiday Inn downtown.
No. During my dad's day.
Oh, well, I always stayed at your uncle's house, Sam's house, 3410 Wabash.
Exactly. Do you remember Margaret? What's her last name? Wilkins?
She was married to Joe Willie.
I think I met Margaret once or twice. I saw Margaret. I couldn't point out and say I know her. I met her once or twice.
She's trying to say that.
I was like real young, and and she was kind of nice looking then. Joe Willie wasn't in town, and I met her through Robert.
Well, she's trying to say that she's my dad's sister.
I know you. She's what?
She's trying to say that she's my dad's sister.
Mark used to be with Joe Willie, the guitar player.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they were married.
Yeah, she was married to Joe Willie.
But
I hardly remember Joe Willie. I just slightly remember him because I knew he played with the King Biscuit Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Then he left and went to West Memphis or something other. And like I said, I didn't know too much about him.
Oh.
I knew Pick, Dudlow, and Sonny Boy. And Stackhouse. Now I know them good.
now, Robert and Stackhouse were very close, weren't they?
Yeah. Stackhouse was a hell of a guitar player back in the day, man. He played something like Lonnie Johnson.
Really? I love Lonnie Johnson. He played like that?
Stackhouse could play.
Huh. There's hardly any records of his stuff,
Stackhouse could play. Stackhouse, he went to Little Rock with me when I went up to Little Rock. But so Jim taught me in this thing by myself and just get me another drummer. And that's how I let Stackhouse go. But we didn't have a way to go. Jim didn't want to be backwards and forth picking him up every weekend. But Stackhouse could play.
Did he play with with you guys, with Robert and Pine Top and you guys in the band?
Stackhouse always played with Peck and Sonny Boy now.
On King Biscuit.
Yeah.
When was the last time? When was the last time you saw Robert? Was that about when you made those records?
Last time I saw Robert, I believe Robert came through Little Rock, Arkansas. And I think he played one night for the guy I used to play with, Jim Lindsay. I believe that's the last time I saw Robert. I'm trying to think, did I see Robert in first part of 57 when I came to St. Louis? I knew I heard Robert was in St. Louis during the time when I came to St. Louis for about maybe a month in January. It was the last week. Because a lady drove all the way from out here to get me to bring me back out here. Or this club out here, they want me to come back out here and play for them. I first came out here with Billy Gale.
Okay.
Billy Gale, he had to record it to Two Up and all that stuff with Ike.
Yeah, he played with the Kings of Rhythm.
No.
Right? With Ike.
Yeah, with Ike.
Yeah.
And the Kings of Rhythm, yeah.
Yeah.
He made these records and Ike took all the money. We came out here. We met Herb Bosket, and they was on the same label. And Herb Bosket got Billy some parts of his money off of that record. Some parts of Ross he got for him.
You know, I read a lot of stories about different people who play with Robert, and one thing most people said is that a lot of times either he would shortchange him or he would leave him stranded someplace.
Well, he left me stranded a couple times. He sure did.
Yeah.
You know, as a kid, I told Gene this before. I hope Robert said we need a car. So I saved my little money. We waking to save my little money, $200 again. As far as getting this, what was this he bought? A 46, something like that, Ford. It was supposed to be me and his car.
Mm.
And I was so young, I didn't know. So when I knew anything, he done got the car, and he signed it all in his name. Then I'm trying to get my money back, and then he told me that's his car. Then he left me stranded in Rifle, Arkansas one time. I was going to look for Robert. Then one time we was down in Mississippi, he went off and left me. I said, just a bitch.
Well, Sam tells the same kind of story.
He take the money too, right?
Well, that's all the money he beat me out with. That money I let him have on that car. He would pay me my money.
I got a quote
I
here.
got to give him that.
I got a quote here from Kansas City Red, and he said Nighthawk's another one who pulled that stuff on me. He said he'd get that money and I had to run him through the cornfields.
Yeah, Robert, he get the money. He didn't want to pay you, but after me and him got into it a couple times, he started paying me.
Is that why he had so many different people in his band?
I guess so. I was, like I said, I was young and I never was thinking about nothing like that. Hey, Liz, excuse me a minute.
Sure.
Come open the door. Hold the phone just a minute.
Sure.
Sam would say the same thing.
Oh, I've just in my notes. I mean, that comes up a lot.
Yeah. Sam said he left him different places. He'd get angry and just take off.
Yeah, that's
so,
come up.
I mean, if you do it to your son.
Yeah, you do it to anybody.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, I'm back.
Okay. There's another quote from Stackhouse who said the same thing. He said, I got a quote right here. He says, Robert get a little tricky sometimes. He'd shortchange. He had a slick deal going.
Yeah, you get the money. But, I used to work the door a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would know how much the money would be. So he'd have to split it down the middle with me and give me my part.
So tell me.
Now, sometimes he has somebody else working the door. But it seemed like to me I used to get mine. I ain't going to lie. It seemed like I used to get my part. Because like I said, me and Robert had to fill out a couple times. Now, me and him used to fall out pretty regular. Cause we fell out one time in Sam's house about my money, about that car.
Uh-huh.
And I never did get my money back. Never did.
How long? I think last time we talked, you said you were with Robert for about 3 years total.
Somewhere like that, often and on.
Like
I said, man, Robert would go out and leave you. Hey, then he ain't got nobody to play with him, and he'll come back and try to sweet talk to get you back with him and crap.
So, what were some of the towns you played in down south?
Oh man, we played all over Mississippi. A lot of places in Arkansas. We never did go. We went to Louisiana one time. We went to Bastrop. But we never did branch. But we branched out all over Mississippi just about.
Did you play in Memphis at all with them?
We never did play Memphis. During that time, we never did play Memphis.
Now, when you were playing out, was this mostly like house parties or clubs or?
Well, back then you used to call them bell houses and clubs and stuff. That's what we used to play.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't play no parties. All was like clubs and bell houses.
How popular was Robert during this time?
I don't know, man. You know.
Don't not stand because I'm on the phone.
What's that?
I told him not just go ahead and say it. Don't say it because you might hurt my feelings because I've heard it all.
Yeah, well.
I have heard it all.
Yeah, she knows.
I don't think Rob was too famous, you know.
Nope.
But, you know.
Well, he was famous down south.
He was known, though.
Right.
Because down south, everybody
But
knew
he
him.
wasn't famous, not like
He
Muddy
wasn't.
Waters now.
Exactly.
Yeah, he never made it like Muddy did. I know that.
No.
But I guess he knew. He knew Muddy from the '30s, though. I guess they knew each other.
Well, he knew Muddy because he introduced me to Muddy when Chicago.
Yeah, they actually. Robert actually played at Muddy's wedding in 1932.
I don't know about that.
That was a little before. That was before your time, but
yeah.
That was when you were born, wasn't it? Because my mother always said that both of you guys were the same age.
Yeah.
And then Sam was older than both of you.
I think Sam is older than me.
Yeah. He's 75 right now.
Oh, shit, yeah. Sam older than me like a son, bitch.
Because she said she was 15 and Sam was like 21.
I think I saw Sam one time.
Really?
I think I saw Sam one time somewhere in Arkansas.
Well, you'll get to meet him because he's going to be playing at the King Biscuit Festival, too, this year.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So Sam wasn't playing with Robert when you were playing with him?
Like I said, I only saw Sam one time.
That's it, huh?
I don't even think Sam could play then.
Right. Robert used to say he couldn't play. And he would go and say, I can do this and I can do that. And then I'm told that when he ran out of people to get in his band, that's when he got with Frank Frost and Sam. And he found out Sam could really play.
Well, I think that was in the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was more like 57 toward the end of
So Sam, he can't play drums now, huh?
No, I don't know how good because, honestly, I don't like the blues.
You don't like the blues?
I'm not a blues person.
How could you not like the blues?
It's very easy. I like Luther, you know. I like pop stuff.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, your daddy was a blues man.
Well, to be honest with you, a couple years ago is the first time I ever heard him.
I made you some records about a year.
Yeah, Jim O'Neill was the first person to send me a tape.
Ah.
So it wasn't a very good tape.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sent me the CD, then I could really hear it crystal clear, and it's like,
Yeah, you told me. I remember when I sent that, you said you didn't like it.
No.
Huh.
Still don't.
That's the real deep blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robert played on low down dirty blues.
That's all he ever played, huh? Was that type of blues?
Oh, that's all I've known to play.
Hmm.
That Peter Gunn jam, it doesn't sound too bluesy.
Robert played Peter Gunn?
Mm-hmm.
There's
on one of his CDs.
You should ask Jim O'Neill about it. He put out some live records of Robert playing on Maxwell Street.
Jim O'Neill did?
Yeah, they're live. They're from 1964. And Robert sounds like he's almost playing rock and roll, actually.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Yep. Yeah, you should ask Jim about those. He put out it's a 3 CD set.
Sure enough.
Yep.
I have to ask Jim about that if I ever run across him again.
Yeah, it's Robert's on most of the sides, and it was first made for somebody who was making a film documentary of Maxwell Street, and they and they taped all this music, and it didn't come out for many years, and then it finally came out on CD.
Sure enough.
Yep.
I was on the radio last year with Sonny Payne or somebody.
Uh-huh.
Well, he was a little disappointed because I don't know that much about my dad.
Oh, you were on the radio with Sonny?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to talk to him. Did he remember your dad much?
Yes, he gave me CDs and a lot of things.
Did he have any stories to tell about him?
Yes, he did.
He did?
The mean stories, the cheap stories. Yeah.
I'd like to talk to him.
Which I liked him because he was honest. You know, don't try and sugarcoat it because this is my
Yeah.
Well, you got to know the whole story.
Yeah.
You can't, especially, if you want to write a book or you want to write a book, you have to tell everything.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's consistent with what my mother tells me. He was well, not evil, but she's a woman scorned. But and I'm separated too, and I know how it goes. So I know her side.
Yeah, but
I want to know the truth.
Well, did you two know each other before Robert or no?
No, I met Hazel during this, after I met Ike. After I met Robert.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she met Ike first, and then
I think she knew Ike before she met Robert. I think
right.
so.
She was going out with Ike. She went out with Ike. And Robert pulled a switcheroo on that thing.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
You know what the
I don't remember Ike being with Hazel.
Was she singing with Ike? Do you know?
No.
She met him at she worked at a hot dog.
She wasn't singing at all. But after she got with Robert or his girlfriend or whatever, and he found out that she could sing. So then we kind of worked in with us. She started playing the drums and singing.
Now, Kansas City Red sang a lot too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Red used to play the drums and sing. Yeah. I guess that's why we all came out to be so bluesy, because we got that stuff from Robert.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all. Everything he played was the blues.
Was he always? Was he always playing slide?
Always, yeah. Always played the slide. He was good with it too. I got to give him that. He was good with that slide, buddy.
How much did he teach Earl Hooker?
How much did he teach Earl Hooker?
Yeah.
Man, couldn't nobody teach Earl Hooker. Not what you talking about. Earl Hooker was the baddest young guitar player you want to talk about.
Yeah, but Robert's a little older. I thought.
Oh man, Earl Hooker made Robert put his guitar down, man. I was only on one session with Robert, the first record that we did for Chess. I wasn't on nothing else.
I have you.
Oh, you know nothing about nothing else.
Oh yeah, I have you. Let's see. I thought you were on. I'm looking at my notes.
I was on the first record with Robert, Sweet Black Angel and all that stuff.
Okay, you were on Anna Lee.
Crying Won't Help You and Anna Lee, yeah.
Return Mail Blues. All right. Well, let me ask you a few questions and whatever.
Catfish Blues.
Catfish Blues. I got were you on the sides with Ethel May as well?
Who?
Ethel May.
Ethel May.
She sang on a couple of Robert's chess recordings.
Man, you done went back so far. I forgot about Ethel May.
It was you can't remember? It was only 50 years ago.
Yeah, well, hey, can you remember that far back?
That would be 20 years before I was born.
Okay. I sure had forgot about Ethel May.
Well, let me ask you a few questions, and whatever you can remember would be fine.
Okay.
I'm going to tape this just because I can't type that fast. So, were you at the Chess Studios when Robert first auditioned for Chess?
Yeah, I think I was. I had to be because I was on the first record with Robert off of Chess Records.
Uh-huh. I had heard that Muddy Waters was the one who got him on the
list. He was. Muddy Waters was. Also, Muddy Waters told me I should stay in Chicago and don't leave. Don't go no place. Just stay there because none of them wanted to record me. I acted fool and followed Robert anyway.
Did you record anything for Chess during that time?
No, I only recorded with Robert.
Did Muddy Waters want you in his band?
No, I was really kind of too young then, I guess. Muddy Waters used to invite me to come and fit in with him and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I never played with him. They always thought I was a good little piano player for my age.
Did Robert play with Muddy? Did he ever sit in with him?
At the album.
On my notes, I have you playing on.
Because back then, I don't even think they was putting out the album. He put out all that stuff on Robert on them 78, I believe, or 45 or something. I believe it was still 78, I don't know.
I'm looking at on my notes. I have you playing on 10 sides.
Well, that's probably how many we did.
Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you also, Genie's mother, Hazel.
Yeah, I know Hazel now, real good. What do you mean?
Did I was told that she sang during that session. Do you recall it?
Yeah, no. I don't think Hazel was on that session. Not with us. I don't remember Hazel being on that session with us. I remember she used to play with us a little bit, but I don't remember her doing the recording with us. Robert she started playing little drums for us. Every once in a while when Shorty or Rig wasn't there. And I know she did sing sometime. She sang pretty good back then, for what we was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Robert didn't play with nobody but Robert. Robert was, that's one thing I can say about Robert, stood out for himself. He always was Robert Nighthawk by himself. I played with him. When I didn't play with him Pound Top, he played with him. Then he'd get rid of Pound Top and I'd come back and get me, and then I'd play with him. Those were only two piano players I didn't even remember Robert even having, was me and Pound Top.
What can you tell me about the session that you were on with Robert at Chess? What do you recall about that session?
Man, that's been so long ago. All I remember is we did the album, and that's all I can remember. We did, I don't know how many songs. We did, I know we played, because BB changed it from Sweet Black Angel to Sweet Little Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And we did Anna May, Anna Lee, whatever it was. Crying Won't Help You. I don't even forgot how many tunes that we did.
Huh.
I really have. I think Jim O'Neill has got to.
Now the song.
But remember what she was on the session with us. I don't remember that.
I think Genie told me that she sang on something that was.
That session was before Hazel came about. I don't know. Like I said, it's been a long time ago.
Right. The songs that Robert did for Chess, was he playing those songs a long time, like Anna Lee and Sweet Black Angel? Was he doing those a long time?
He was doing it when I met him here.
This is down in Helena?
Robert met me in Clarkston, Mississippi.
Okay.
And we eventually went to Helena every once in a while. We had a radio station, we had a radio program in Clarksdale, advertising Mother's Best Flowers. So we was in Clarksdale, we had a 15 minutes, I think it was 11:15, we come on, go off at 11:30, something like that.
I know you played on, there was two radio stations. There was one in Clarksdale called WOR